Hello and welcome everyone to a Palazzo Fantasy Baseball podcast. Sorry, I had to do my camera there for a second. Uh, and what is that sound that's playing? I do not know. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Britton Allan. I'm your host today for the Palazzo podcast. Two L's, two Z's. I've got off to a little bit of a shaky start, but I think I've got everything. No, I don't. No, I don't. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. Okay, there we go. That should be that. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? It is a beautiful Sunday. It is Labor Day weekend. I hope everybody is off work tomorrow. I personally, my mother-in-law, we went to see her yesterday. She has a house in Hendersonville. It's on a lake. It's beautiful. Hung out, watched some college football with her and her husband, and my wife and kids. But today it's just me and baseball. So I'm very excited to be here and talk baseball with you, but because rosters are expanding today, meaning that every team is now, I believe, has 28 active spots. So all kinds of players are going to be activated, and all these great players are coming up. So, and man, I was looking at these notes. There are just so many players to talk about. I'm just going to jump right in. And the first, so many good players. Number one is Dylan Cruz. We talked about him last week. There are some formats, if it's like a weekly lineup lock deal. Since he was called up on Monday, he might not have been available like Sunday. So check to see if he's there because he's batting leadoff for the Nats every day. Dylan Cruz, like the number 2 overall pick last year. He's already had 2 home runs, a stolen base. He's just been great. So if Dylan Cruz is available, go pick him up, outfielder for the Nationals. And we have to talk about the Miami guys. And you're like, what? I'm like, yes, Miami Marlins, the big three, as I call them: Connor Norby, Kyle Stowers, Griffin Conine. All right. They've all been called up. They're all on the active roster. They're all playing. Stowers and Conine are 2 lefties. They may platoon. It may be a platoon situation. Not 100% sure, but Connor Norby is going to play every day, and he's batting leadoff. He's hit safely in 11 of the past 12 games. That's pretty darn good. Connor Norby, he was like the big haul. Oh, and Kyle Stowers too. They were both from Baltimore. It got traded over. I think it was Trevor Rogers that came to Baltimore. That didn't work out. That didn't work out. But so Miami's got 2 awesome hitters: Kyle Stowers, Connor Norby. I would go. If Dylan Cruz isn't available, man, go get Connor Norby because it looks like he's going to bat leadoff and hit every day for the Marlins. They have no reason not to play him, so go check that out. Let's take a quick look at the live chat. I don't, there may not be a whole lot of chatting going on because Labor Day, people are going out traveling, stuff like that. But let me go check in. Hey, look who it is, the man, the gentleman of gentlemen, Pistol RX Pistol Prescription. What up, my friend? Thank you so much for checking in today, and of course, Uncle Ted, what's up? Everybody's favorite chatter, Uncle Ted. How you doing? Uncle Ted wrote. Uncle Ted was the guy that had the Jose Tena pick last week. Let's see what he's got to say this week. Division de Los Santos has to be coming up soon. Yes, he does have to be coming up soon. Santos soon. He was the Rule 5 pick that got sent back for some reason. And ever since then, I think he took it personally because he's been destroying the minor leagues. Division de Los Santos is a great call, Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted says he hears my normie top and he's like, no, sir. No, sir. Jose Tena over Norby, says Uncle Ted. Let's see. We got what's up, Fantasy Sports? Who would you rather have, Pete Crow-Armstrong or Friedel rest of season? That's a great question. I'm probably going to take Friedel, and here's why: because he bats more in the top of the order. He'll bat 1, 2, or 3. Pete Crow, he does play against lefties. He started against a lefty yesterday. He didn't get a hit, but he had a sac fly. But I really like Pete Crow-Armstrong. I mean, that dude is intense. He is a player. I really, really like Pete Crow-Armstrong. I've got him in a dynasty league, in an auto new league. I couldn't be happier about it. But I think he's just going to get better and better. But for the rest of the season, obviously, the redraft, I'm going to pick Friedel just because I think he's going to typically bat 1, 2, or 3 for the Reds. And for whatever reason, they bet Pete Crow down towards the bottom of the order. What up, Star Platinum, Superstar? Uncle Ted agrees about PCA, Pete Crow-Armstrong for the Cubs. I think he's going to be legit. He's one of the, here's what I think about Pete Crow-Armstrong. Not that anybody has, but here's my take on it, like, especially for next year. If you draft and you're in the first round and you draft, let's say, Yordan Alvarez or Freddy Fermin or, some slugger like that, some super great slugger but they don't steal bases. Pete Crow-Armstrong is the guy that you think, okay, write down, round 11, I need to get Pete Crow-Armstrong because he's going to steal 40 bases. That dude trucks. He's one of the fastest players in the league. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about Pete Crow-Armstrong when I start doing drafts in, I don't know, November. I did one draft last year, literally like in November. It was a draft champions league. It's crazy. So yeah, I typically start drafting in November, December for the next year. But that's what I was thinking about Pete Crow-Armstrong. What's up, everybody? It's just me today because of Labor Day vacation plans and things like that. Michael Go VA and Mike VA couldn't be here, but they send their salutations to all. But I wanted to get on. Man, I got a bunch of players we need to talk about. I really do. But let me get to the chat. What's up, Anthony? How would you rank these outfielders versus season? Kerry Carpenter, Jake McCarthy, Castellanos. Ooh, look at that, Luis Robert. I personally think Jake McCarthy has got to be number one in that. What do y'all think? I like Kerry Carpenter, lefty for Detroit. You know what? I don't know what it is, and this is a me problem, Britton problem. Britton, referring to Britton in the third person problem. That's a problem. Anyway, I don't like Nick Castellanos. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't like Nick Castellanos. Never have. There's something about, I don't know. I can't remember why. Luis Roberts still plays with the White Sox, and that team has won like 31 games, and I don't want anybody on that team. So yeah, give me McCarthy, Carpenter, Castellanos, and Louis Robert, if you're from France. Thanks for showing up, Anthony. Uncle Ted, PCA found his power stroke with those wheels. Amazing. Yeah, he's tooled up. His batting average isn't great, but that's going to change. I think he's going to come around. Look who's here. What up, B Henny? Great to see you. Star Platinum, it's taken 2 months for the rookies to get going. PCA's figured it out. PCA's definitely figured out, but I can't say, yeah, and you got that right, the Jacksons too. Man, Jackson Churio, holy moly, batting leadoff for Milwaukee because he's so freaking talented. He's like 20 years old. I mean, the future is so bright for Jackson Churio. He's giving off like primetime Carlos Gomez vibes, like 2015 power, speed. Man, I love Jackson Churio. And of course, Jackson Merrill for the Padres has been a stud too. I mean, baseball is so exciting with all these new players coming up and just making immediate impact, like top of the order impact. Like Jackson Churio, Jackson Merrill. It's so exciting. Baseball is in a good place, man. I love it. You got Dylan Cruz up. You just got so many exciting players to talk about. All right, let's see what else we got here. Fantasy sports. How do you rank these starting pitchers? Tanner Houck, Jones, Bido. Oh, I got Bido, baby. I got Bido. Tanner Houck, how did he do the other day? I didn't see it. I'm going to go I'm going to go Bido one. Savali had a really good start. I don't know. I'd take Bido, and then I'm not. Frankly, I don't really want to start the rest of them, but I see what you're saying. So I'll take Bido, Savali, Bello, Jones, Houck. Houck's been rough, man. He's been rough. I do have one player that I wanted to talk about. So we talked about Osvaldo Bido last week. You'll know about him. He's been one of the best pitchers since the All-Star break. Oakland A's starting pitcher, which is crazy. Osvaldo Bido. There is a 2-start pitcher I like this week, and Uncle Ted will probably recall this from we chatted about it during the Bubba and the Bloom. There's a pitcher named Brant Herter. Now, this is for deeper leagues, obviously. This isn't like a 10 or 12 team thing, but Brant Herter has a 2-start week, and I like him. He's a lefty prospect for Detroit. He's got the Padres and the A's. He's scheduled to make those 2 starts. So if you're in a head-to-head matchup league and you got injuries and you're like, if you're in a head-to-head league, whoever has the most pitching starts typically wins, right? So I like Brant Herter for Detroit for his 2-start this week. But, that's obviously not only for deeper leagues, but he is going to make 2 starts. And the Padres and the A's, Padres were really hot for a little while. They've cooled off some, and the A's can strike out. So he did go 5 innings last time. They're stretching Brant Herter out a little bit, so 5 innings pitch, he can qualify for the win. So that's kind of a sneaky one out there. I guarantee you he's on your waiver wire. So if you're looking at maximize starts, Brant Herter for Detroit is a guy I like. Oh, and you know who's being called up? Reid Detmers, Mike V's least favorite player of all time, Reid Detmers for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim or whatever they are. So the Angels are calling up Reid Detmers. He's going to start against the Dodgers. Nobody likes that. I totally understand. And he got sent down like in June. Just a terrible start to the season, but man, he's just really talented. He just something needs to click because he has the potential of really taking off and being a great pitcher. It's the potential's there, so I don't think anyone would argue with that. So it's just he's just got to do it. But he's back up. He'll start this week against the Dodgers. For whatever it's worth, I'll just say it. And again, this is for deeper leagues. But if you need a starting pitcher who can literally go 7 innings, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, Reid Detmers can do it. He can do it. He's done it. But in his last 3 starts at AAA, 21 innings pitched, 29 Ks. So he goes 7 innings in each of his last 3 starts in AAA, 29 Ks. I know it's AAA, but look, it's better than not carrying 29 people. So if you're into gambling, and I like to gamble, DraftKings, luckily things have kind of turned around, freaking knock on wood. So we'll see how that goes. But Reid Detmers. And also for the Angels, and I know I'm kind of rambling here because it's just me and I'm like stream of consciousness. But if Osvaldo Bibo is gone, Brant Herter, Reid Detmers. There's a guy pitching today named Caden Dana, Dana. Caden Dana. He's an Angels pitcher. I was looking at him because, man, his stuff is like off the charts. He's the number 1 prospect for the Angels, and he's starting today. So keep your eye on Caden Dana. Does anyone know anything about Caden Dana? He hadn't had any AAA starts, but he had AA starts, and he's looked good. So we'll see about Caden Dana. All right, let's hit back to the chat. Say hello to everybody. I'm gonna have to scroll up here. All right, Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted has got all kinds of crazy good info. He's got his finger on the pulse of fantasy baseball. Uncle Ted, thanks for being here. Ben Casparius is a sneaky ad. That is a sneaky ad. I saw his name today, and I didn't have time to do any research on him. But if Uncle Ted says he's a sneaky spot start, then I'm 100% going to look into it. So Ben Casparius for the Dodgers. Apparently he's going to take over Kershaw. Oh, Kershaw, I love you, man. Get better soon. I love watching you pitch. Clayton Kershaw going on the IL. Ben Kasparius. Wow, that's a cool name too. All right, Kasparius. Let's all root for Kasparius. Let's see. Hello, Profo Show. What up, man? Or lady? Hope you're doing well. Cody Bradford has been hot. 5 starts in a row with a pretty good schedule. ROS. Yes, that's a great call. Pitched yesterday, I believe. Cody Bradford. Who else we got here? Oh, I saw this name too, Star Platinum. Zack McKinstry has been hot. His name is coming up, isn't it? Zack McKinstry, if you need a second baseman, if you need strikeouts, Cruz on Cincy, no win. See how they Jacob Junis today. Yeah, Jacob Junis today is going on. Who did he play for? What, Kansas City? I don't know. I always said, but I know Jacob Junis would be that from the Weezer song, My Name is Jonas. I would just say, My name is Jonas. That's some random stuff right there. Hello, everyone. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you for showing up today for the Palazzo podcast. It is much appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Today, we're talking about some players to pick up. Happy Labor Day weekend. So my number one player is Dylan Cruz. No shocker there. Not really surprising. Connor Norby. Uncle Ted says Jose Tena from the Nationals. We talked about him last week. He's been solid. What about Jordan Walker? All right, Jordan Walker. Crazy 5-tool player from the St. Louis Cardinals. He's top 10 on everybody's prospect list. Jordan Walker for the Cardinals. He's going to be playing outfield. They DFA'd Tommy Pham or released him or whatever they did. So Tommy Pham's out of the picture. Jordan Walker is going to play every day. He has been batting at the bottom of the order, batting 8th. You can argue that's probably a good thing since he's kind of had a rocky start to his major league career. But does anyone have any interest in Jordan Walker? He's power, speed, hot prospect. Just had a rocky start. Hold on, let me take a sip of water. Jordan Walker is somebody definitely to keep your eye on. He's batting 8th today. So let's see how Jordan Walker does. I believe the Cardinals are playing the New York Yankees in New York City. Speaking of the Cardinals, and Uncle Ted or anyone in the chat, let me know what y'all think about this. Luken Baker. Luken Baker for the Cardinals is a power slugger. He's a designated hitter. He's batting 2nd today. All right, Luken Baker. He's just a fun name to keep an eye on. He's not an everyday player, but Luken Baker, if you're like, I want to hit some home runs, I want home runs. I really like Luken Baker. And speaking of the Cards and the Yankees, what about Jason Dominguez, the Martian? Jason, 2 S's. He's the number 1 prospect, super stud prospect for the Yankees. Rosters expand today. He's killing it in AAA. I think, don't they have to bring up Jason Dominguez and just be like, hey, guess what? You're going to be a star player here next year. So, come on and see what it's like to be in the big leagues because, there's what are you going to do in AAA? Now, the problem is, where does he play? Stanton's back. He's hitting. I mean, do they need Verdugo? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, but if you're a Yankee fan, let me know your thoughts on that. Jason Dominguez. Keep your eye. If he gets called up, New York Yankees super prospect Jason Dominguez, I'd go pick him up just on general principle and say, if they can't find that player playing time, that's their fault. All right, so another guy that I like, Jacob Wilson. Why am I so obsessed with the Oakland A's? I think I'm obsessed because I feel like if I keep talking about it, eventually they'll come to Nashville because they're playing in San Antonio next year. Honestly, I'm not even sure it's San Antonio, but they're playing in some AAA ballpark next year. I'm like, why don't y'all come to Nashville and you can be the Nashville Athletics? We'll build you, whatever you want. But anyway, so Jacob Wilson, shortstop for the Oakland A's. Did y'all hear about Esteury Ruiz? They hate Esteury Ruiz. I don't know what he did to piss off the brass or whoever's in charge in Oakland. I don't know anyone's in charge, but they said that Esteury Ruiz is not coming back to the team this year. They're just literally marking his name off the roster, tossing him in the trash, and see you never. Okay. I mean, he's I don't know. That baffles me. But so Asteri Ruiz isn't coming back, but Jacob Wilson, shortstop. See, now I'm all angry. You did Asteri wrong. Oh, sugar. All right. So Jacob Wilson is the shortstop for the Oakland A's. He's their number one prospect. Batting average, he walks, great discipline. Keep your eye on Jacob Wilson. See, this is like when rosters expand, literally my head is spinning. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. So many exciting players are being called up. It's hard. It's like hard to keep track. That's why I can't wait to look at all the rosters today, all the lineups on MLB.com. I look at them every day, but today's going to be a lot of fun. So my top ads are Dylan Cruz. If he's available, he's probably not, but go check. Dylan Cruz, Connor Norby for the Miami Marlins, batting leadoff with Xavier Edwards gone. He hits. He's great. I love Connor Norby. I also like Luken Baker, Jordan Walker, Kyle Stowers. Oh, Jacob Wilson. All these guys are playing and playing well. What do y'all think? Here's a name I wrote down, and this is just off the wall. Off the wall, guilty as charged, Your Honor. Blake Perkins is a outfielder for the Milwaukee Brewers, and you're like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, look, I hear you, but you got to throw in a fun name every now and then. Connor Norby. Oh, he's really good. Everybody knows Dylan Cruz, but I want a sneaky guy. I want a sneaky, snooper sneaky baby Buddha donut guy, and that's going to be Blake Perkins for me. I love he's like a $1, why not ad. Since he was on the IL, he got activated. I always want to say reactivated, but I don't know what I think they just get activated. He got activated off the IL August the 22nd. Since then, he's batting .350 for the Milwaukee Brewers. I love that. For the year, he's got 8 home runs, 16 stolen bases, power, speed. He's batting second today in the Milwaukee lineup. Jackson first. Oh, love that. But Blake Perkins second. I love the Milwaukee Brewers. They hit. They're well coached. I just love it. So if you're looking for a cheap ad and your teammates or your league mates are a bunch of ravenous animals, and they've already chewed up, Cruz, Conine, Stowers, Norby, and you're like, I need something to, get it going. I like Blake Perkins batting second for the Brewers, power and speed. All right, dudes and ladies, let's check the chat. Profo Show, what's up? Please, if you can, like and do all the good things and subscribe to the channel if you would. I would really appreciate it. DeGrom is going to come back for an easy schedule. My favorite pitcher of all time is Jacob DeGrom, and I'm not a Mets fan or Rangers or any of that, but watching, and he's been injured obviously for a year or two, but watching Jacob DeGrom in his prime was like outstanding. And there have been a lot of good pitchers. Spencer Strider was great. There obviously Garrett Cole has been one of the better pitchers in the past 5 years, but man, they were nothing like Jacob DeGrom in his prime. Oh man, he was just so good. I remember watching one All-Star game, and one of the and he was just mowing through dudes, like all-star dudes, and one of the hitters was like, they said, so what was your what was your approach with Jacob DeGrom? And he goes, I just started swinging like before he started his windup and just hope for the best. I love Jacob DeGrom. That's a good call, Profo Show. I want Jacob DeGrom. I just because he's one of the most talented players pitchers I've ever seen. Let's see. Uncle Ted is back. Adam Oler is a starter to watch. I'm glad you brought that up, Uncle Ted. I looked at his name and I was like, who is this person? I hadn't looked him up much, but Uncle Ted said he's a starter to watch. a 3.31 ERA. That's good, very good, very good. A 1.04 WHIP, 14 Ks in his last 2 starts. Yeah, 100%. Thank you for bringing that up, Uncle Ted. Y'all go check out Adam Oler, Olleer. What do you say there, Fantasy Sports? I think Kimbrel might be. Oh, that's true. that's 100% true statement. Yeah, I think you're right about that. He hates Craig Kimbrel with a passion. That is too funny. That's 100% right. All right, so Star Platinum says all are getting 2 starts. Very, very true. Hey, look, y'all are too nice. Thank you, Pistol. I was trying. I had a rough start. My daughters and my wife were like banging around, and so they were about to leave, and I got all flustered, and one of my open tabs started playing audio for some reason. I don't know what that was about, but I appreciate your patience. And I love talking baseball and hanging with you guys in the chat. So I'm very happy to that I've hopefully got those issues worked out. Oler, Boyd, or OTs. I like Matt Boyd. What do y'all think? For the Guardians, Matthew Boyd. He's 33 years old. He's kind of having a bounce back here with the Guardians. I like Matthew Boyd. Let me know if y'all agree with that. I think he had a great couple starts, and I think he may have gotten roughed up in this last one. But the Guardians are pretty good, and they're good with pitchers. Uncle Ted, the man with the info, agreed. E-week one. This is true. I mentioned this last week. When DraftKings sends you "Are you okay?" It might be time. That's 100% what they did. They sent me an email and said, it's important to have boundaries and limits. It's like it's been bad, but it hadn't been that bad. But I showed them this weekend, knock on wood. Let me tell you. Now I'm going to. I just jinxed it. God, why do I do it? I just jinxed myself. I'll knock on wood. But I don't bet on college football. I no, that's not true. I made one bet, and that was on Georgia Tech versus Florida State, because it was like the first game of the season, and I was just watching it, and I was like, might as well put something on it. But that's the only bet I've made. I don't bet on college football, and I'm not going to bet on NFL either, because I have trouble. I don't know anything about, well, not anything. I don't know much about football, college football, or NFL. I mean, I know enough to, I mean, I like watching it. Don't get me wrong. And I'm in a fantasy football team with my buddies from college, but I follow baseball. I love baseball too much. Oh, look who's here. What's up? Bazaraza Gaza. Chicka, chicka, chicka. I love Boyd, but he has the Dodgers this week. Yeah, I hear that. The Dodgers are full dodgering. Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, even Gavin Lux is hitting. Ugh. I don't know what. Like he's never done anything to me. It's just he's just got one of those faces, that you just want to. I don't know. Some about him bugs me. Sounds like, which I'm sure he cares. Junis KC, that's right. That's exactly right. I remember him. Uncle Ted, what up? He said Espanol Santiago is the Ernie Clement profile doppelganger. Yes, that's 100% true. God, Ernie Clement. Is he starting for the Blue Jays? That team's hilarious. Star Platinum, Amaya, if you need a catcher, yes. Miguel Amaya has been really, really clicking on all cylinders. I think he's been probably one of the best catcher hitters in the past week or two. Miguel Amaya, if you need a catcher. Another catcher too. Unfortunately, I don't know if y'all saw the news, but Vinny Pasquantino for the Kansas City Royals broke his finger. He's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So he's droppable in redraft, obviously. So I've always liked Freddy Fermin. The catcher, backup catcher for the Kansas City Royals. He hits for average. I mean, he's like a 290 hitter, 6 home runs, 1 stolen base. And if you're kind of in the market for a sneaky catcher, and Miguel Amaya is been already picked up, I like Freddy Fermin. I bet you Salvador Perez is going to DH with Pasquantino gone. So they're going to have to shake up that lineup a little bit. Also, like MJ Melendez, he may be catcher eligible in some leagues still. But MJ Melendez has been pretty hot too recently, believe it or not. All right. Anthony says Jose Tena or McKinstry. I'm taking Tena. He bats fifth for the Nationals. I really like the Washington Nationals for the rest of the season. Let's see. Espanol, it's Santiago Espanol is day to day. Yeah, he got hit by a pitch, right? Yeah, Uncle Ted says yes. He got hit by a pitch. Let's see. TM, what up? Castellanos over Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter doesn't play every day. That's true. He's a straight platoon guy, so I think you have to take Castellanos over him. Hey, look who's here. What up, Big Gentle Ben? I can only check in quick, but Caden Dana is up against innings, but he's a guy, steady future, a great comp is Zach Eflin. Thank you for the knowledge, Ben Chase. Y'all please check out Gentle Ben. He and Robbie Baseball do the Prospect Show on Mondays. I love that show. It's one of my favorites. Everybody, please check it out. Benjamin Chase with all his dropping his prospect knowledge. Caden Dana, man, he looks legit. We'll see. You know, a rookie is going to rookie, and mistakes will be made. But yeah, he's kind of exciting. His double A, and I'm sure Ben will talk about this tomorrow. But man, his double A stats are kind of eye popping. So keep your eye. But it's the Angels, you know, and they kind of suck. Anthony Rendon is still playing on that team for some reason. Man, they just need to cut that back. Just like, look, okay, we owe you this money. We're going to pay you this money. But you got to go. you got to go. He's got to go. All right, James Coffey, what's up, James? I hope you're doing well. Happy Labor Day weekend, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope nobody has to go to work tomorrow so we can all just watch baseball and relax today. That's what I'm going to do all day today. I'm going to watch baseball and check out these roster expansions, make my fab picks like we talked about. Dylan Cruz, Connor Norby are my two favorites. My sneaky pickup is Blake Perkins for the Milwaukee Brewers, Jacob Wilson, that super prospect for the A's if you need a MI. Jordan Walker for the Cardinals is going to play every day here on out, according to their manager. And he's a top 10 prospect. He might still be out there in redraft leagues. He might still be out there because he's had a rocky start, but he's talented. And Luken Baker, if you're into some slugging, if you're into the home runs, if you're into that long ball dinger, okay, if you're into that, Luken Baker is DHing and batting second for the St. Louis Cardinals today. I like that. And I want to say Luken Baker is maybe Michael Govier's favorite too, or maybe Mike Villa's. I'm pretty sure his name's come up before. But Luken Baker for the Cards if you want to get some sneak power. All right, James, what up? In a categories league weekly playoffs, is it time for me to move away from Marcus Semien? Yeah, God, he's been terrible. They just called up Justin Foscue too. Do y'all know? Y'all remember Justin Foscue? He's like 25. He's kind of he's past the hype. I hope his window to become a good major league player isn't closing. It may be, but he's a second baseman. I don't think they're going to like play Foscue over Semien, but I don't know. They might. He's been so terrible. Marcus Semien, who's hitting, yeah, it's bad. For another second baseman, if so, what type of hot waiver second baseman? Connor Norby, he's second base and third base eligible. I think you got to go pick up Connor Norby if he's available. He'd be my number one pick. So go see if Connor Norby is available for the Miami Marlins. He's batting leadoff. He's hit safely in 11 of the past 12 games, and with Xavier Edwards on the IL, he's going to bat leadoff for the Marlins, and he's a legit. He was a super. I can't. Mike V would talk about this better than me. I can't believe they traded him away for Trevor Rogers. And I know like hindsight's 2020, and you know they needed pitching and all that, but not Connor Norby. Oh well. Anyway. That's over and done with. So Connor Norby plays for the Marlins now. Go pick him up for his if you want to move off Marcus Semien. Definitely, man. If this is a redraft head-to-head playoff week, like carpe diem, as we always say, eat the beignets today because I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow. So go get Connor Norby because he's hitting today, and you need it today. Weekly matchup. I need now. I don't need later. I need right now. Who's Mr. Right Now? Connor Norby, 100%. Uncle Ted, thank you, James, for the question. Thank you for coming to the chat. I don't think I ever say this enough, and that's a mistake I need to rectify at some point in my life. But thank you, everyone, for being here. It's so much fun. I love talking baseball, and thank you for letting me, kind of be a little part of your Labor Day weekend, and we'll start watching some baseball here in a minute. And we've talked about a lot of good players, and Mike V will be back next week. That's why this week I can talk about Reid Detmers. Oh, it's going to be hilarious when Reid Detmers gets blown up by the Dodgers, and then Mike V, he's going to rub that in my face. He hates Reid Detmers, but I like Reid Detmers. I'm hitching my wagon to Reid, and I know he's playing the Dodgers. I know the Dodgers have Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani. I get it. So maybe not pick him up, maybe not start him this week, but just pick him up. Osvaldo Bibo is gone. I like Caden Dana just for the prospect of just being awesome. There's a good chance he's awesome because he's been awesome in AA. Brant Herter is another sneaky 2-start guy that I like if you're in a weekly playoff, lock league. So we talked about the pitchers. Let's see, Uncle Ted, Will Wagner and Nathan Lukes have super high upside, massive games yesterday. Yeah, they both look great. That's a great call. This is interesting. Star Platinum. Koka Hainitz. Are you talking about the Angels pitcher? I can't pronounce his name either, but he looked good the other day too. He went like 6 innings, no hit or no earned run, as I recall. DL Hall, I think DL Hall got sent down. I could be wrong, but thank you, Star. We'll look into that. But Ben, talking about Esteury Ruiz, my one of my favorite players that everyone hates. Do y'all have that too? Like, I don't. Esteury Ruiz, I just like him. He's on all my keeper dynasty leagues. Everybody hates him. Maybe he's a punk in the locker room. But Ben Chase, Jenna Ben says he's a piss poor teammate in Oakland, and the clubhouse wanted him out. Well, sounds like I need to re-examine some things here. Remember that rosters actually don't get much larger. It's only 28 as opposed to 26 that can be carried actively. Yeah, that's true. But they're what, 30 teams? Or is that the NFL? I don't know. So times 2. So we're talking about 60 new players, right? 60 players is a healthy amount of players. And here we got Uncle Ted, Andre Chaparro, and Jose Tena are beast. That's why I like these Nationals, baby. That's why I like these Nationals. Dylan Cruz batting lead off. Heck yeah. I like CJ Abrams is awesome. I like the Nationals. I guess I'm a Nationals fan these days. Uncle Ted, Addison Barger is awesome. Yeah, he's been playing great too. Addison Barger for the Toronto Blue Jays. Man, they're just so we could go on and on about just all these hot players to pick up. So you just got to see what your team needs and grab some of these hot players and let them. But that's hard to do. You're like, should I drop Ryan Mountcastle? Like, is he coming back? I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I think you do. I mean, you drop him and pick up. Am I dropping Ryan Mountcastle? Well, he's sitting on your bench. He's not doing anything. And this is me talking to myself, by the way. I'm like mentally prepared myself to drop Ryan Mountcastle. He's been sitting on my bench. He's on the IL. I'm like, I need to drop that guy. But in a lot of my leagues, Cruz, Norby, none of them will be there. So, but Addison Barger will be there. Great call, Uncle Ted. Great call. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up in an NFBC league or two. Profo Show, he's making another reharb today. DeGrom, yes. All signs point to yes. Barger's on a 9-game hit streak. I love that. Drop Mountcastle for him. Drop any player that's sitting on your bench that's not doing anything for you. Why not? Oh yeah, I saw this too. I didn't get to watch the start, but I saw some of the highlights. But Rhett Lauder, he looked pretty good for the Cincinnati Reds. He's their top pitching prospect. So good for Rhett Lauder for the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know if he's going to stay up. I think because he got called up for a doubleheader, right? So, but with roster expanding, maybe they'll keep him up because I know Nick Lodolo, he's injured. So maybe Rhett Lauder is going to stick. So keep your eye on Rhett Lauder. Luck's got a smug face. He's that guy, man. He's just, there's just something. Something about him bothers me. He's like that kid in your class, like in high school. That's like parents are super rich, and he's just a smug asshole. He's literally never done anything to me. All right, so Victor, Uncle Ted says Victor Carantini is a sneaky two-catcher league. I like Victor Carantini too. My other two sneaky ads for two-catcher leagues: Freddy Fermin, Fermin, Freddie Fermin, catcher for the Kansas City Royals with Vinny out. It looks like he's going to play some more. And also, of course, MJ Melendez, which he may be on the waiver wire because he had a terrible start to the year. And he got benched for a while, but he's been heating up. And I like MJ Melendez. I've always liked MJ Melendez for the Kansas City Royals. And if he's catcher eligible too, go check him out. Eddie the Buzz, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Happy Labor Day. Hello, Britton. I want to say hello. Thank you so much. I will definitely, because all my teams hit shit the bed. Please tell all the Buzz I said hello. I will, Eddie Buzz. I know people are busy today. I totally get it. With family and vacations and stuff. So thank you for checking in, Eddie Buzz. I hope you're doing well. Have a great day. Star says KC manager said Tommy Pham is going to bat leadoff and play a lot. Oh, well, thank you for that heads up. I forgot that they claimed him off waivers. Yeah, that's a great call. Tommy Pham. God, he just produces, But I wonder if he's like a stereo relieves, like, just walks around punching people and, I don't know. B Henny, everybody says, what's up? Let's see. Star says Jake Fraley just hit a home run. Jake Fraley from LSU, I believe. Let's see, Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted says, yeah, Garrett Mitchell and Perkins have been nice. Yeah, I like Blake Perkins. I'm glad I'm not on my own out there. Uncle Ted also says Will Wagner is on fire. Mariah. Will Wagner's been on fire. That is a great call. Profosho, they should have got Flaherty or something else. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say about that, Profosho. I mean, you're 100% right. I can't believe they gave up Norby and Stowers for Trevor Rogers, but I don't know. Maybe he's young. Maybe he'll turn it around. I used to like Trevor. I mean, I wish him the best. But all right, let's see. Everybody give a shout out. B Henny, wish me luck, y'all. I'm 1 win away from the championship. Let's go, B Henny. I wish you the best, my friend. Thank y'all again, everybody, for being here. So great to talk to y'all. Let's see. Star says DL Hall got called back up when rosters expanded. Very good news. Thank you for that heads up. I knew he got sent down, but I'm glad they called him back up. So DL Hall is a good sneaky start. Let's see. Anthony, what's up, my friend? Should I be sitting Royce Lewis right now? Could start DeYoung over him. Wow. I don't think you can. Let me know your thoughts. But God, DeYoung has been pretty hot lately, though. Carpe diem, start them beignets. That's a tough question, but I think I'm going to keep starting Royce Lewis. Uncle Ted, Mason Black got called up yesterday. It's been nice. On fire in Triple A. Yes, 100% agree with that. Is there any other hitters? We've talked about a lot. Dylan Cruz, Jordan Walker, Griffin Conine. Y'all know the story with him. Kyle Stowers, Connor Norby, Jacob Wilson, Freddy Fermin, if you need a catcher, Luken Baker. Blake Perkins is a player I like for power and speed, batting second for the Brewers. Luken Baker for straight power mashing. God, he's a tough hitter. Batting second for the Cardinals, DH, and those are the players that I've got to have Connor Norby. If I can't have Dylan Cruz, I've got to have Connor Norby. I got to. He's my favorite pickup of the week. So hopefully y'all can get him. My favorite pickups of the week for pitchers, obviously Osvaldo Bibo, Brant Herter for the Detroit Tigers with this two-step this week. He can be on the waiver wire. I'm going to start him. Reid Detmers. Reid Detmers is starting for the A's. I would pick him up, and I know we're short timing it here. We got maybe a month left or whatever. So you're talking about limited, impact. But you know what? I love Reid Detmers, so I'm going to pick him up. And keep your eye on Caden Dana for the Angels also. Caden Dana for the Angels. He's filthy stuff from Double-A. Young guy, so he might get lit, but keep your eye on him, Caden Dana, because he's got the stuff to be kind of awesome. So we'll see. Let's check back with the great folks here. Star Platinum says, is Rosario going to play every day on Cincy? That's a great question. Hit a home run last night. So he's going to platoon at the very least. So keep your eye on Eddie Rosario for Cincy. Jose Tena is J Ram 2.0, an RBI machine. Uncle Ted and the J Tena love is real. And I love him too. I picked him up on my TGFBI team, which has been sliding, folks. It's been sliding. I was hovering around 14-ish overall. Now I'm past 20. I think I'm like 25-ish. I was like, what happened? What I was like, what? I put in Jose Tena. What do these people want? Or Tena? What do these people want from me? I don't know. It's one of those things. I need to go look at that today and see if there's anything I can do to stop this bleeding. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up Connor Norby is what I'm going to do. Bizarrizza hoping Xavier Edwards return this week. I like Xavier Edwards too, and he was productive. He was hitting. So we'll see what happens. But I still, even if Xavier Edwards does return this week, I still like Connor Norby. I think he's their most talented hitter, and I think he's going to play every day. So but I like Xavier Edwards too. I had to drop him in that same TGFBI league because of the injury, and I can't. I gotta maximize playing time, and I'm rambling. Tena 3-4 with a walk yesterday, crushes righties and has righties all week. All right, Uncle Ted, ride or die. We're riding with Jose Tena. Uncle Ted brought him up last week. He's been talking about him for a while. So I'm all in, Uncle Ted, with Jose Tena for the Nationals. I think that's a great call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Labor Day weekend. It's Sunday. Games have started. I want to thank everyone for being here today, for popping on, saying hello. It means a lot. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all are great folks. I love talking baseball, hanging out. I love your great questions. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Mike VA we're just going to keep going until the bitter end, baby. We're not going out without a fight. If I'm going to do every single week. I'm going to add these great players, and I love, listening to you guys. Obviously, is my favorite part, because I wouldn't know who Jose Tena is without Uncle Ted, and all y'all have great players that y'all keep on talking about. I love it, absolutely love it. And don't forget to keep your eye on Jason Dominguez. They got to bring him up, man. He's killing AAA. There's no reason to keep him down there anymore. And I know that, playing time and that kind of stuff, but man, they need to bring him up, and the Yankees just get that little boost. I mean, they've got Soto. They've got the best player in the league, Aaron Judge. Come on, man. Add a little Jason Dominguez to that team. I'm not a Yankee hater. I like the Yankees. I mean, I like all baseball teams, except Javon Lux. I want baseball to be fun and successful. Bring up Jason Dominguez. I'm ranting. Uncle Ted, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, sir. Y'all are too kind. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the rocky start there, guys. Have a great weekend. B. Henny, all the great people, Bizariza Jizza, Star, all the Profo Show, all you Eddie Buzz. Thank you all again so much. I will see you next week. Have a great, fantastic day and a great Labor Day holiday tomorrow. I wish you all the best. And I'm signing off and hopefully stop talking at some point. See y'all.